Have you ever wished you had a photographic memory, able to recall every single detail of your life with perfect clarity? We're often told that a flawless memory is the ultimate superpower. But what if I told you that this very idea is not just wrong, but dangerously wrong? What if the secret to being smarter, more creative, and even happier isn't about remembering more, but about forgetting strategically? Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating science of why your brain is not a hard drive. It's not a dusty old library trying to store every book ever written. Instead, your brain is a dynamic, living garden, constantly pruning and weeding itself to let the most important ideas flourish. And this process of forgetting is not a sign of failure. It's one of your most powerful cognitive tools. Let's start with a thought experiment. Imagine your brain recorded everything, absolutely everything, like a high-definition video camera that's been running since birth. Every boring commute, every pointless conversation, every commercial you've ever seen, every single word on every page you've ever skimmed. It sounds powerful, right? But in reality, it would be a nightmare. You'd be trapped in a mental prison of useless information. If you wanted to remember where you parked your car this morning, your brain would have to sift through the memory of every single place you've ever parked. To recall a friend's name, you'd be flooded with the names of every person you've ever met. This isn't just inefficient, it's paralysis. Neuroscientists call this concept hyperdementia, a real but extremely rare condition where people can't forget. And while it might seem like a gift, many who have it describe it as a burden. They are constantly haunted by past traumas and overwhelmed by a torrent of trivial details. They turn off, their minds are cluttered, making it difficult to think abstractly or focus on the present. This is why your brain has evolved to be an expert at forgetting. It's an active, biological process, not a passive decay of information. Think of it as a highly sophisticated data management system. Every night when you sleep, your brain gets to work. It replays the experiences of the day, and like a diligent archivist, it decides what's worth keeping and what's destined for the shredder. This process, known as synaptic pruning, is like spring cleaning for your neural pathways. The connections that are used frequently and are emotionally significant get stronger. The ones that are irrelevant or redundant get weaker and eventually fade away. This isn't a bug in our system. It's a critical feature. Forgetting frees up cognitive resources. Let me give you a more concrete example. When you're learning a new skill, say, playing the guitar, your brain is bombarded with new information. How to hold the pick, where to place your fingers for a C chord, the strumming pattern. In the beginning, you make a lot of mistakes. You hit the wrong strings. Your timing is off. Your brain records all of it, the successes and the failures. But as you practice, your brain starts to filter. It reinforces the neural pathways that lead to the correct chord and prunes the ones that led to that awful buzzing sound. It forgets the mistakes to make the correct action more automatic and faster. Forgetting the wrong way to do something is just as important as remembering the right way. This is how we move from being a clumsy novice to a skilled expert. We literally forget our way to mastery. This process is also crucial for our creativity and problem-solving abilities. If our minds were stuck on old, rigid solutions, we'd never innovate. Forgetting allows us to break free from what psychologists call functional fixedness. That's the mental block that prevents us from seeing new uses for an object. For example, if you only remember a hammer as a tool for nails, you might not think to use it as a paperweight or a doorstop in a pinch. Forgetting the rigid, primary function allows your mind to become more flexible and see new possibilities. It allows for abstraction, for seeing the bigger picture instead of being bogged down by tiny, irrelevant details. Our ability to generalize, to understand that both a German Shepherd and a Chihuahua are dogs, depends on forgetting their specific, individual differences and focusing on their shared characteristics. So, how does the brain decide what to delete? It's not random. One of the key factors is emotion. You are far more likely to remember your first kiss or a major life achievement than what you had for breakfast 3 Tuesdays ago. Our emotions act like a highlighter pen for our memories. The brain's amygdala, which processes emotions, works closely with the hippocampus, our memory center. To tag experiences as important, save this. This is an evolutionary survival mechanism. Remembering the location of a dangerous predator or a source of delicious fruit was critical for our ancestors' survival. And today, it helps us navigate our complex social world. Another factor is repetition and retrieval. Every time you recall a memory, You're not just playing it back like a video. You are actively reconstructing it. And in that process, the memory trace gets stronger. This is why studying for an exam by actively quizzing yourself is so much more effective than just passively rereading your notes. You are telling your brain, hey, this piece of information is important. I need to access it again. Meanwhile, the information you never revisit gets marked as non-essential and is gradually swept away. This brings us to a really practical point. Since forgetting is an active process, we can actually influence it. We can become more strategic about what we remember. In our modern world, we're drowning in information. Our phones buzzed with notifications, our feeds are endless, and we're pressured to know everything all the time. But trying to be a human hard drive is a recipe for burnout and anxiety. The smart approach is to outsource our memory. Use your calendar for appointments. Use a notes app for your grocery list. Use search engines for facts and figures. This is not a sign of a failing memory. It's a sign of an intelligent one. By offloading the trivial data, you liberate your mind to do what it does best. Think deeply, connect ideas, be creative, and be present in the moment. Your brain's energy is a finite resource. Don't waste it. Trying to memorize phone numbers you can look up in 2 seconds. Spend it on understanding complex concepts, developing new skills, and building meaningful relationships. Furthermore, forgetting is essential for our emotional well-being. It allows us to heal from trauma and move past painful experiences. If we were forced to perpetually relive our worst moments with perfect clarity, it would be impossible to move forward. The natural fading of painful memories allows us to learn from our mistakes without being emotionally crippled by them. It's what allows for forgiveness, both of others and of ourselves. It gives us the ability to adapt and grow, to shed old versions of ourselves and become someone new. So, the next time you forget someone's name at a party or can't recall a specific word, don't beat yourself up. Don't see it as a cognitive flaw. Instead, take a moment to appreciate the incredible, dynamic process happening inside your skull. Your brain isn't failing you. It's protecting you. It's actively curating your mental world to make you more efficient, more creative, and more resilient. It's making space for new learning and new experiences. The myth of the perfect memory is a trap. True intelligence isn't about how much you can store. It's about the quality of what you choose to keep. It's about knowing what to remember and, just as importantly, what to let go of. So embrace your brain's beautiful, messy, and brilliant ability to forget. It's not your weakness. It's the secret to a sharper mind and a richer life. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this exploration of the mind as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the science of how we work. Let me know in the comments, what's one thing you wish you could forget? I'll see you in the next one.